Hello and welcome. My name is Tom.
And I'm Heather.
And you're sitting at the Couples Table.
The Couples Table is a live stream podcast here on this channel. Join us for better or worse.
For richer or poorer.
In sickness and in health.
In 4K.
In 4K. And all of the Ks. 4 of them.
I am just going to check our audio and our image.
Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy August 23rd. We doing this. Today is officially our first 4K stream, and in this episode we're basically going to dissect whether I make the upgrade.
It's so clear. I feel like there might be some slight audio out of sync, like ever so slightly.
Really?
Which kind of makes it like one frame maybe in
Well,
Ecamm, but I don't know if it's
you guys can tell us.
more
All
or
right,
less.
Kathy in the house. Hi, teenage. Happy Friday. Sean Grogan. Hi. Love the retro TV. Does it come with wire hanger and pliers? Gil, hey everyone.
Hey.
You guys are probably too young for that reference.
Oh,
I
no.
know. We know that reference.
Yeah, we look young.
MCJ in the house. What time is it? Is this real life? Hi everyone. Happy 4K. Can you tell?
Yeah.
Can you tell? It looks like it does that. It's doing that thing that your streams used to do, where it's like kind of choppy.
We can. Let me see if I wave my hands
Gil
here.
used to use wire hangers for my TV.
We're at 24 frames per second right now instead of our normal 30. It looks fine on there to me.
Gil says it's crispy.
Yeah, I
Real
think
crisp.
it's looking fine.
Textural player. YouTube defaulted to 720, so I had to select 4K.
Yeah, 30 frames per. If you're listening to the audio only version of this, it's not going to make a lot of sense because we're talking about what it looks like.
Feel free to load up the replay on this one.
But yeah, the thing with the Sony ZV-E10,
Yeah.
which I'm learning, I'm seeing an overheating warning, but I turned off the overheating thing, so
Where?
you be quiet. On the little side out screen there.
Oh.
The thing with the Sony ZV-10 that I was learning was something about the autofocus, 4K autofocus at 30 didn't want to work the same way as at 24, and so that's why I made it 24, even though you've normally been at 30.
A lot of people use this camera here in, like, people who are watching. Don't you guys use this same camera for your streams?
It's hecka popular.
Yeah, but so what does everyone do?
Yeah, what are your settings? What are your Ecamm? We can change them right now and try out new things. I thought this looked totally fine. It might look less smooth than you're used to because it is 24 instead of 30, but it's not. I don't think it's doing the jittery, jumpy thing.
Audio is slightly off sync, but nothing to worry about right now.
That's probably an easy thing we can honestly fix just with our. We won't mess with it right now.
Yeah, well, let's not mess with it. Oh, see, Mike's here. Holy crap, that is 4K. Okay,
It's got
so
a
you
discerning eye.
So you can tell.
You can tell. And the thing is, we also have skin softening on.
Well, because it was a lot of pore situation that you guys don't need to deal with. I don't know if I like it.
If you don't, it's all personal. I think this. Here,
I mean, I think I do. I think.
So check this out. I think this is what makes this really cool.
What
is there's a lot of hype and talk about 4K, 1080, all that stuff. Very relevant, interesting conversations. And I think you're a really good example of how to navigate that decision in the should I versus do I want to and do I like it? Because ultimately, the thing to remember, there's no wrong answer. If you choose to stick with your 1080 workflow, it's fine. Yes.
If I use this camera but do 1080, will it look crisper than the other camera?
Probably. Probably.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Tom and I.
Well.
Yeah.
But.
Oh, you didn't finish.
I didn't finish.
Go ahead.
It probably will look crisper than the other camera, but if that's what you wanted, the reason it might look crisper is because of, I think, almost more the autofocus than the quality of the 1080.
Okay.
So if that's something you wanted to do, then just using my EOS R would be the way to go because it's already sitting there. We don't have to buy a new camera or get a new camera.
Maybe we should try that.
And for a 1080 camera, it's phenomenal. So.
Because that's fuzzy for sure. So here's what we did. Textural Maker says, I do 4K 24, but sometimes it is 2K 24.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, okay, so we have a screen.
Oh, you're going to show the comparison?
Yeah.
Yeah. So up is our current thing, to that way is our other thing.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to be able to notice it on here.
Looking on your big monitor here that I'm seeing, I definitely see that looks a bit mushy.
It's a little fuzz.
That's a little fuzzy.
It's not bad though, you know.
Figures.
Oh, he did figures.
No, I mean, how many compliments do you get on your setup every time you post a video or do a live stream?
See, the thing is, especially if you go like where you're watching on a phone, it looks fantastic.
You would not, yeah. I mean, on most phones you can't even tell.
But you know,
if you're watching on a TV, if you're watching on a big monitor, that's crispy.
I mean, look at your like facial hair.
See, that's why I didn't shave today, but specifically so I could do a nice little test.
Really?
Sure. But that actually my facial hair was a reason that I upgraded from the 6D Mark II, because even though I went from 1080 to 1080, because the way that it, like, I forget what it is, like the codec that it uses, it was starting to get a little garbly in here. And so when I switched to the EOS R, it was higher quality 1080 and it was really crisp. So even though it's still 1080, it was higher quality 1080.
Yeah, the other thing that I really don't like about this, but I feel like we can change it.
This is fixable, yes.
You already know what I'm going to say.
I do. I think
it's real blue up in here.
It's fascinating to me. Can you go back to the screen share?
It's so blue in here, and we have not changed anything.
We're not just comparing...
Look how blue we are right now.
4K and 1080, we're comparing Sony versus Canon colors.
Look at this.
That's Canon.
Look at this. It's so blue.
That's the old one.
No, I know.
I'm
looking at the quarter.
Oh, yeah. No, that's the old one, and that's pretty accurate to what it looks like in person.
What?
The Canon one, yeah.
Yes. This is so blue. Like, we don't look like that.
I feel like our skin tones are more accurate, but the back... So the thing, because I even talk about this in some of my reviews, the way Sony cameras handle blues and greens is very, very, very different than Canon cameras. I actually prefer it, which was one of the reasons, because I like blues and greens, so I want them to be bold and vivid. But in this case, if you want a purple background and it's pushing it to blue...
But, you know, we could definitely there's RGB lights back there, so we could change...
Yeah, you would just have to change...
warmer colors or something.
Yeah, to counteract it, that's all.
Yeah.
That should work fine. And the other thing we noticed, which I don't know if you can see, maybe it's not a thing, but it'd be behind your head, is the... Yeah, you can still see it. The Philips Hue lights, for some reason, on the 4K camera, yeah, they flicker. There's some banding happening there, which does not happen. It's only the Hue bulbs, and it doesn't happen on the other camera at all. That's the easy fix, because we have, like, the B7Cs and stuff. But right now, you got your Hue bulbs all perfectly set in to the app on your Stream Deck and everything.
Yeah, I didn't want to change it since this is not a...
And I've heard that newer Hue bulbs don't flicker. But these ones are like 6 years old, so.
Let's see. Guild is 4K 24 as well.
Cool.
If on mobile, it is probably downgrading to 720K anyway.
720K,
yeah. I'm on my TV now and phone. I did notice the blue. That's so interesting. Yeah, it's
just the way the different...
So blue.
The color science, as they say, between different manufacturers, it just works differently. They process and handle colors differently. The camera sensors work differently. That is such a perfect example, though, of Canon versus Sony, because they're so distinct and different.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely... This is fuzzy. It looks out of focus compared to this.
I am curious how much of that is autofocus versus manual focus, because I mean your manual focus is in focus, and I feel like when it's your, I don't know, I feel like when it's your videos always look crystal clear and sharp, which is you in manual focus, but the stream looks mushy. I don't know why. Nothing should change.
No, it's like this.
Is it?
Yeah, because
God,
even
so
I showed
clear.
you my video. The most recent video I put out, it was like this when you full screen it.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm just seeing it on the tiny screen then.
Yeah.
The other thing that's really cool with autofocus, so anyone who has the ZV-E10, you can actually help me with this too. I was using it yesterday for a video call, and I had forgotten to do the thing you have to do every time you get a brand new Sony camera, which is you go in and you turn off the temperature setting, or you set it to high, because it comes with like an overheat setting that's normal, and the camera will overheat. So I had a video call yesterday, and the camera kept turning off, and I was like, why is my camera turning off? It has power, blah, blah, blah. And I realized, I forgot to change that setting to high, and then it won't turn off. Which the camera now has been on for an hour because we did some stuff before this. I'm seeing the little overheat symbol on the LCD of the camera.
I mean, it would just turn off.
But it's not turning off. So I'm wondering, Because the one thing I don't like about the ZV-E10 so far that I've been playing with it, I'm so impressed with it,
Yeah.
is it uses the old school Sony menu system, which sucks. Like it's really, the old Sony menus are bad and very confusing, and the interface is a little funky. And I'm wondering if that's just something that's just always there. So if you have the ZV-E10, especially if you use it in 4K, does the little overheat thing just show up all the time, even though the camera doesn't turn off or not? And I don't know. And maybe that's something they just stopped doing in newer cameras.
Mr. Camera Junkie says, I use a magenta shift on all my Sony cameras to get my colors where I like it.
Yeah. And we kind of played with that in Ecamm a little bit, but then it was playing with our skin tone.
Well,
You can do it in the camera. You can
Oh.
actually change the way the camera in the menu handles the colors a
That
little
is
bit.
so blue. Oh my gosh.
It's very blue. See, to me, I was like, oh, this looks great. Yeah. But here's something that's actually pretty cool. Yeah. Right now it's autofocus, so I can see like it's focusing on Heather's eye, but I'm secondary. It has a box around my face, so it knows there's two people here. You can even go into the settings and prioritize faces, so you could register both our faces, but tell it focus on you first, then me.
Oh, wow.
Or vice versa, which is cool, and you can do that on a lot of new cameras too. But the other thing, which I'm going to have to lean over here and push a button, is the product showcase mode. So we've never been able to do this. Every time I want to show something, like here's the old 6D Mark II. If I put that up here, it should. I said you should. There we go.
Oh, there it goes. Wow.
Now
look
you
at
can see the
that.
camera here or that, and then when we go back, it should.
Whoa.
There it is. You need to play with the settings. The problem with product showcase mode, though, at least in this specific environment, is your microphone is in front, and it kept thinking your mic was a product and focusing on that and then going out of focus. So that's why I had it turned off. Ow. I feel like there's something to work around with, but on our first time using this, I didn't want to throw another variable in the mix.
Coach Constance, I have a little fan directed on it, although the little fan does make some noise. Tech Troublemaker says, I never look at the camera screen. I have to check. I have my ZV-E10 mounted in the Elgato prompter.
Yeah, that's what this one is in right now. But where I'm sitting, I can just see the screen peeking out the side. But Heather can't see it at all.
Yeah. All right.
So that's our I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens if the camera turns off. So far, though, I've been like so impressed with the ZV-E10. I have a video coming out next week.
Yeah, especially with the price point. It's the go-to camera.
That's the thing.
I can even say that.
Sony is...
Like, if you're going to jump in today, this is the one.
Yeah. Sony's also letting me borrow the ZV-E10 Mark II, the new one that just came out. So that should be here in the next day or two. I think I have that for like a month as well, which will be a fun thing to compare. And I'm excited about it because I can see like the quality of life features.
Yeah.
I can see why it's good. But... it's also like with the lens, that $1,100 camera, and to me, it's like $1,100 camera is good. Yeah, it should be. Like, of course, not that a $700 or $800 camera shouldn't be good, but the level of quality and all the things it can do for that price point is crazy. And I did also rent the Sony didn't send it with the lens, so I had to rent the lens that would come with it, the kit lens that comes with the ZV-E10, which is a 16 to 50. We're using the Sigma 16 right now, so that's why it should be like the same field of view, roughly the same background blur as normal. This can do 16, but it won't do that. But it's still like to take the camera out of the box and be able to use it, it's really good.
Yeah.
And to also the fact it can zoom and let you figure out like, I like 16, I like 24, I like 50. Like, then if you want to buy a new lens, you could figure out like, I always have this lens at 50. Maybe I should get a 50 millimeter lens kind of thing. So it's a great way to learn. And that's just very, very cool for the price.
Yeah.
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 I'm peeking on this.
I feel like this is just hesitance, but I feel like eventually we got to make the leap.
I mean, at some point, yeah, like at some point you will need a new camera, whether or not you want one. Like you will need one probably, maybe, I don't know, maybe not. And yeah, but the funny thing though is that this camera, the 6D Mark II, has not been off of the tripod and like unscrewed out in
years.
4 years. I don't know, like many years.
I don't even know.
And so I was like taking it, moving it, and it was a really good reminder though it's a big chunky boy, but Canon cameras just feel so good. Like,
Oh, really?
they're just like, oh yeah, the buttons and the way everything works and like the solidness and the way it just fits right in your hand. Canon's really good at that. Nobody else really comes close, I don't think. And this was a fun reminder of that.
Well, good. And
So.
you cleaned it because it was
And I got to clean it, yeah.
overdue.
Went through and cleaned it all up. Still in perfect shape. Looks like a brand new camera.
Yeah, Mike says, I like the way the E10 feels in hand. It feels portable but not cheap, even though it is lightweight plastic.
I actually expected it to feel much cheaper and more plasticky. I've used them before, but I've always used them where like they were already mounted on a tripod.
Oh.
And so I wasn't like picking it up, holding it, moving it around.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was kind of impressed with that too. Like it's like, oh, this is not bad at all.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I need to dial it in. I feel like
Of course.
if it see, because I'm not even looking at the number of Ks. I'm just looking at purple and blue.
I mean,
I'm sure if it were purple, I'd be like, oh my god, this is awesome.
I could go back there and try to switch that light.
No. It's all good. For today, we'll stick with this.
Okay.
Yeah, because then when we switch cameras back.
Yeah, well, if we remember the settings the light is at, we'll have to write it down. So
Yeah.
that way.
Well, good. I'm excited. When is your review going to come out?
I haven't made the review yet because I've been using the camera, but I do have a video coming out next week that's all about putting together I call it the ultimate simple 4K streaming setup.
Yes, this was a beast of a video.
Oh man, it almost killed me. But it's centered around the ZV-E10 as the camera and Ecamm and stuff. So it's like, it's not making the most extreme streaming setup. It's not making the simplest setup. It's like the ultimate simple setup for 4K streaming. And the E10, there's a huge chunk, including comparisons with my FX3 and stuff. And then I do want to do a review on it, specifically where I can talk about the two lenses that I'm borrowing with it. And then I'd like to compare it to the Mark II as well. Which I know I'm behind the curve. This camera came out like many years ago or whatever, but like whatever, I'm getting it now.
Yeah.
Or borrowing it now. Yeah.
Well, should we jump into our segment?
Yeah, I know. This is a very gear-centric episode.
This is a gear-centric episode.
But we're changing our workflow, and so that's...
Yeah.
Because, well, before that,
yeah,
you published a video on your tutorial channel this week.
Did.
First video in over a year on that channel.
Over a year.
And
it was great.
What was it?
It was about the office upgrade, which we've, showed on the Couples Table a couple times. But, yeah, just because I had all this footage of the behind the scenes of us, cutting the wood, painting the wall and stuff. So
that was fun.
Yeah, and it was a nice like before and after story to kind of show.
Yeah, I just wanted to remind, because this kind of ties in, because that was a big thing with that video, was the upgrades you made were not visible on camera.
Yeah,
and now it's kind of, but it all kind of filters in. So now it's like maybe you're tinkering with like, what can I change on camera? And we have some more.
That's true. I think a huge part of the reason why we're in this whole like phase is because we got fiber.
Well, we couldn't
fiber internet.
We couldn't stream in 4K before. I forgot to even do the speed test, which should be fine. Yeah. So even in Heather's office, which is for some reason it's just a bunker, and there's never reception in here or signal in here. Even in Heather's office on Wi-Fi, Ecamm is telling us to stream in 4K to one destination with our current settings. We need 12.3 megabits per second. Currently, we have 172. So we should have 2,000. If we were plugged in, you'd be getting 2,000.
Yeah.
It'd be no problem at all streaming 8K.
I wasn't even getting that,
We weren't even getting the 12 before, so we couldn't stream in 4K. Sometimes we could barely stream in 1080.
Yeah.
And so, so that just kind of, and for you especially, because you use the exact same setup for streaming and for recording videos, it would make no sense. Like, even if you switched your video recording to 4K, having to switch your settings to 1080 to stream and back, like,
no,
it needs to be the same for both.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Gil says, I always recommended the camera, so I'm happy to see it in action.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Hosick Mac, all right, earlier start today. Great to have caught you anyway. Oh, that's a ZV-E10. Shows right away. So you guys can tell right away, huh?
Well, I mean, the camera nerds 100% can tell.
Wow.
But,
see, that makes me think that I should be on 4K. It's not that it's bad.
So here's something, too, that other people could help with. because me also knowing the things that bother and don't bother Heather, since we're in autofocus, I don't see the image pulsing or doing much focus breathing, like the side of the frame kind of going in and out as we're moving it, or the Christmas lights in the background sort of changing their shape. It doesn't seem like there's much of it, but I'd be curious to know what other people think.
We'll have to watch the replay.
Like, are you noticing as we're moving around? Actually, I think I did just see him change a little bit. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
But you don't do this in your videos.
I'm not gonna go like that. Yeah.
I think if you're talking more like this, like normal, your position's dictated by your microphone also.
Yeah, we don't move that much.
Yeah, so I'm curious there.
Are you hardwired in?
Hardwired.
I was gonna flip the A and the I. I've been flipping
hardwired.
We are not.
No, we're Wi-Fi, baby.
We could though, but
we don't need to. Is the cool thing. Like, for what we need right now in here, Wi-Fi is more than enough.
The thing is, to hardwire in my office, we have to run like 100-foot Ethernet cable all the way from the living room down the hall, under rugs, through the dining room, and it's just this long cord. That's why it's not like.
Yeah, I mean, but we've been doing Final Fantasy in here on Wi-Fi, and it's fine.
Both of us, yeah.
Yeah, like it is fine because the download speed is either equal to or even higher than the upload speed. So that's fine. The upload is the big one for streaming, sharing content.
Audio hotline. Hey, yeah, it looks way better. Oh, man. Well,
again, camera nerds are going to notice it instantly.
But I feel, but we would have to get one.
Yeah. We would.
Because it's like $1,300.
For this whole setup is about $1,000 for the ZV-E10 Mark 1 and the Sigma lens, about $1,000.
You don't have this lens already?
Yeah, I don't have.
All right.
The only lens I have, which we could actually adapt, is the one you're using because it's a Sigma lens.
Okay.
So I can adapt it to a Sony camera and it will still autofocus, but it's 24 millimeters, so it would be much more cropped in. Ooh. Yeah, this is the lens that's going to give you this look. I am kind of curious what the kit lens looks like. It would change the lighting entirely, and the focus. But
Homesick Max says, I have to say, I know Heather doesn't like the changes. The image is more contrasty and crisper. Love it. I mean, you guys, multiple people have commented.
I love it. I think it looks great. Like looking over here at these, it's really good. Now, I would be curious though.
I mean, honestly, if it didn't look so blue, I'm sure, because I am noticing the thing that I noticed, and it's the colors. It's not, I can't even see that far, like where the prompter is. So in terms of quality, it doesn't really. It's like
if we wanted to go crazy right now, which we probably don't, but I could go get my EOS R and we could plug it in and see if it's autofocus.
Do that
live? We're keeping it simple, but
you gotta switch a camera live.
Okay, we don't have to do that. The thing is, I'm curious how much of the crispness is 4K versus autofocus. I have a feeling a lot of it's 4K, but I don't know. Or the other thing is to switch the light and see, because I'm curious if this were purple back here, if you'd be like, oh my God, I have to have it right now. Yeah. Or if it's just because of the blue. I think I'm going to do that.
Okay. The breathing is well controlled right now. What are you doing?
I'm trying to go switch that light.
The floodlight at the floor?
Well, the floodlight's one of them, but the nan light back there.
Well, the floodlight control is in that box right there. We see more details. It's just wonderful. Way to go, Heather and Tom. Homesick Max super chatted. A little contribution to keep the camera. Oh, you'll see, Heather, when you watch the replay. Well, so did you find it?
No.
It's in the box.
In this box?
Yeah.
Oh.
So here's the screen share. This is a couples table from, last week? Or the week before?
That's last week.
Okay, this is last week. So this is just like a frozen frame.
The Sony ZV-E10.
It's definitely fuzzy compared to this, which was the test that we did before the stream. It's definitely fuzzy. Like 1,000%. That's a huge difference. It really is. What are you doing?
Trying to change this light.
Okay, can you remember what it was though?
It was blue.
I know, but there's like 3 different blue buttons.
Yeah, it was the top right one.
Okay. I'm so nervous when things change, you know.
I know, I get it. I'm sorry. That's why I feel bad.
No, it's okay.
Well, that light's weird. I think that light's kind of breaking. But this one I did change. This is purple now, this light.
Well, your chair is covering it.
And it does not
still looks blue.
Yeah.
Go like pink. If you
like
do pink... No. Oh, there. Well, it's not all the way at the bottom, though.
But
that's just blue.
Well, I turned it off.
Oh.
Yeah, that's no light. That's pink.
We're gonna dial it in.
We'll dial it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need to play with that right now. We'll put it back where it was.
There you go. I mean, I can definitely see like the reflection of the light on my glasses is crisp. It's very crisp. Crisp is the word.
The thing is, I am very aware. I want you to make decisions because you want to make them. I never want you to feel like you should. And I know how you feel too. Sometimes it's like, I feel like I should be doing this. And then I make the decision. You're like, why did I let myself?
The thing that I'm hesitant about is like, is this going to change my workflow in terms of editing? Because I worry about storage, man.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, like my computer only has 16 gigs available.
Well, that's not a lot. That's not enough.
Exactly. Yeah, I only have... That's the thing. Like, when this stream is... I think it's going to break because it doesn't even have enough to, like, save this.
But you could just record to an external drive or something.
Yes, I could.
Like, that's so solvable that I wouldn't... 60 gigs available. Okay. But yeah, I would just...
So that's a solvable.
Put an SSD and then it's donezo on the bunzo.
Fix it in post. Persuading H is the same as when my wife moves a painting in the room with 2 inches and says, "Oh, isn't it much better?"
I just want you, any decisions you make with your office, your workflow, your channel, your setup, I want it to be your decision.
Oh my gosh, Kathy. Thought I'd enjoy the stream while doing some test prep, but middle schoolers want a middle school. Day 10 and another fight. Oh my gosh. It's Friday. They got the wiggles.
I just can't
It's
even.
Friday. They're ready to...
There's always something. It's a full moon. It's Friday. It's what, you know.
Dave Den, good to see you. Hey everyone, I'll be on and off. Cool.
Alrighty.
Well, okay. It's not that I don't think it's not that I don't want it.
Okay.
It's just, it's $1,000.
Yeah. What if
I had $1,000 just laying around, I would upgrade our gaming setup.
Okay, well, what? Right. Okay. What if it wasn't this or that? What if it was? And this is not a thing, but I'm just saying, like, what if Sony was like, "Wow, we love all the ZVE10 content. Just keep the camera."
Yeah.
And so it was just sitting here.
Obviously, if it were just sitting here, of course I'd use it. Yeah.
Okay. That's.
Yeah. No. If it were just sitting here,
that's not a thing.
Maybe it's like because I don't have it. I'm not going to, it's like not even on the table.
But just to be aware of it, especially with this one, because it does go on sale a lot. It was $500 this past week or something. It was like on a crazy sale. Yeah. And that's what's cool because the new one came out. The old one goes on
look
sale
at this. Audio highlight. Everything I do is on an external hard drive. Everything.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is that what you do? No, because you do it on a laptop.
No, but my MacBook, I spent extra money when I bought it to upgrade the internal storage.
Oh, Homesick Max is 1 hour live stream is 7 to 8 gigs per episode.
Yeah, I think it would be very different if you were using the files from the SD card, but recording into Ecamm, I don't think it's going to be the same. Ecamm's still going to be 4K, but I think it's to work a little bit of magic and make the files a little bit smaller.
Love the vid on Studio, by the way. Yay!
That was a good video. If you haven't seen it on youtube.com/Heather Ramirez, it's a very good video that explains a lot. It shows so much more of the process and how things are done.
So here's my goal. I'm going to put it out there, everybody. I'm going to try to stick to an upload schedule like this guy. Okay. So Thursday, 5:15 a.m. Pacific Standard, I'm going to have one too. Okay. It doesn't have to be. So my thing is that it doesn't have to be on Heather Ramirez.
It's just a video.
I have to put out a video. Yeah. So it could be a vlog. It could be on the gaming channel, which I've had such a pull towards lately.
Yeah.
Or it could be here, it could be on Heather Ramirez. Doesn't matter. Just gotta put out
So yeah.
Kiss. Keep it super simple.
Speaking of the gaming channel, do you want to dive into our Gear of the Week segment where we
Oh,
each share
sure.
something we're excited about?
Yeah.
This week, both cases, very affordable.
Yes.
So
Okay, so Tom, I don't remember if he talked about this last
I
week.
don't either, but I have it here just in case. I know we did because Lewis asked me to text him. I did talk about my mouse last week.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
yeah, so Tom got an MMO mouse because of Final Fantasy 14, which, by the way, Gil, we should meet up in game.
I hit level 50 last night.
Yes, these are all the things.
I'm almost done with
These
Realm
are all the
Reborn.
things. Well, so okay, sorry. Thoughts. My next video idea is, what does Tom think about playing an MMO?
Yeah.
And what does Tom think about ARR?
It's arguably great.
Yeah.
Well, I know it's like the least favorite of the.
Anyway, that's videos.
That's a different topic.
So he got a mouse.
I got the
Oh,
Razer.
now you could show the buttons.
Oh yeah, I think I actually, even without product showcase, it should maybe still. Yeah, see, this is why I use. You know what? Let's turn on product showcase for Gear of the Week here. Oh, see, this is. I've never been able to do it if it actually works. Recognize that I'm holding this up. Look at that.
Oh.
There we go. Yeah. So this is the Razer Naga V2 Pro, and it comes with 12 buttons on the side. But what's really cool about this is this one, it's magnetic. And so this pops off, and it comes with other ones that have like fewer buttons on them.
Yeah,
but
you don't need
the whole point of
12.
an MMO mouse is to have this, which the really funny thing is we were in Best Buy like 3 months ago, and we just went through the gaming thing, and I saw these mouses. I was like, why do you need like a telephone keypad on the side of your mouse? That's crazy. And also listen.
Sean would know.
Yeah.
Why you need 12 buttons on the
I haven't
on
touched the
thumb.
number row on my keyboard since getting it. And I also have a video then about programming an MMO mouse, not only for Mac, because the tricky thing is these are not officially Mac compatible, but you can do it, and it's very simple. And took it a step further and started programming it for Final Cut and Ecamm and stuff. So you can do like anything, all your keyboard
It's basically a
shortcuts.
Stream Deck under your thumb.
Essentially, you can use it that way. Yeah, you can do key commands, system commands. So it's like Final Cut. I can like blade all, mark clips,
could-
undo.
Yeah, program it to whatever you want.
Deactivate, activate clips. All
Okay,
that.
so
It's
Gear
great.
of the Week.
So anyway, I got that last week and was excited about it. Heather's been watching me game with it.
Okay, guys, I have made the decision that I'm going all white with my gear. Okay, so Elgato, you're gonna have to come out with a white prompter.
First you went white with your husband, then white with the gear.
Stop! You didn't go there.
No, you went there.
Okay, so this mouse. So you got this one originally, but then he had trouble. So got the Razer, which was like $150 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is apparently only $38 on Amazon right now.
It's usually 50, but
Yeah.
the last day or two, it's
Here's
been-
mine.
come on. Product. There it is.
Look at those buttons.
Yeah.
There.
Yours also has a lot more lights on it
Yes. Actually, let me turn it on.
because it's pretty. And it comes in a black too if you didn't want the white.
Yeah.
But it's much more affordable. I guess the big difference is this one only works with a dongle, with a USB dongle,
It's not Bluetooth. Yeah.
which for gaming, I guess, and maybe Sean will know, is better because there's zero delay, zero lag. This one can do dongle or Bluetooth. Yeah.
It's so comfy though. Like, it's comfy, and I haven't programmed it for Final Cut, but I can't. So I used it for Final Fantasy yesterday, and game changer. Huge game changer. And I can definitely tell that when I use Final Cut, oh my god, just to be able to so quickly
Yeah.
push the buttons right here to blade.
It's crazy. The
to-
thing with these mice is it's crazy how not incredibly difficult it is to get used to all these buttons.
Oh yeah, and then you're like, how did I live before?
Because they're also like, they're textured and raised so you can...
Oh, it just feels so nice.
Yeah. And the thing with both your mice, the mouse you've been using before is the Logitech MX Master, which
Yes,
is very popular. And I didn't notice this.
It only has 3 buttons.
That
on
one
the
and
side,
this
though.
one, though, they have a thumb rest,
Yeah.
which is really nice because then when you move the mouse, your thumb stays on the mouse. Mine does not have a thumb rest.
Oh, I've had that thumb rest. I thought all mice had that. I've had
It
it
didn't.
For so
I was like,
long.
wait, why is your shape like that? Because I always thought it looked like it was melting, but No, it's and now
Yeah.
I never noticed this before in my life, and now I'm so conscious of my thumb like scraping on the mats.
Oh, you don't have one.
No.
Oh, for 150
I have a pinky rest, or no, I guess it's a ring finger rest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but the other ones have that too.
Yeah, so I don't. I think I would prefer that if I could. I guess they don't make a side panel that's the 12 keys with the mouse thing or with the thumb rest. But
I do.
no, I mean for this mouse.
Oh.
But I really like this mouse. So what happened though when Heather said it didn't work, and this is why I did end up making a video, which will be out at some point. I bought that mouse because it was way more affordable, and at one point I thought I like bricked the keyboard on my MacBook because I was like,
Oh my God,
there's
Tom
no.
was in tears. Like
I was holding them back. There's no.
they were in your.
There's
Well,
no
I
Mac
panicked
software.
because I thought the workhorse that friggin' runs our business. Tom was just sitting there in front of the laptop, like I did something really bad, and I was like, "You." It was like the equivalent of a mom pop shop having like a giant pipe break.
Yeah, but I broke the pipe.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and it was
And I was like, "What?"
because the
happened,
thing
Tom?
is, there is not an MMO 12-button mouse that's default Mac compatible.
Because everyone here knows
in the
since we
world.
use Ecamm, we're all Macs.
Yeah.
We use
So that
Macs.
doesn't exist. And
Yeah.
like some mice, like Logitech is really good with their other mice at making them Mac compatible. That's kind of it. Otherwise, especially if you want to do something really customizable, there's not much. And so you have to dive into this world of like open source, third party, unofficially supported
All the
software.
things.
And I got that mouse and I had tried to program it following. There's not a single tutorial that explains clearly how to do it. So I'm trying to synthesize info from like multiple tutorials. I'm trying to use ChatGPT to help me how to do it. And you're messing with permissions. And at one point, basically like the mouse wasn't working and my MacBook's thing. So I had to like.
So Tom couldn't use his MacBook.
We fixed the problem.
Which he edits all his videos on. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, we fixed it. I had to undo and delete everything. And then the mouse wasn't working right. So I was like, okay, I returned it. Then I found out that Razer does not have a Mac app, but there's an unofficial Mac app for Razer products. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to get the Razer one.
Okay.
And it was just at Best Buy. So I was like, just go get it right now.
Yeah.
And you picked it up for me, which is very nice. So I got that, downloaded the unofficial Razer thing. It does support a bunch of stuff, but this is a newer-ish mice. It doesn't support this one. So then I did find an application called Steer Mouse, which has a 30-day free trial, and otherwise it's $20 after that. And it actually, I had to make a whole video about it because I struggled so hard to figure this out. It very easily lets you customize everything, program everything. It's super simple. I don't know why literally no videos just explain how to do this in plain English simply. And so that then let us use it. And then Heather got that same mouse. It worked totally fine with Steer Mouse yesterday. Works totally fine with her computer today.
Look how pretty it is. It's like.
And it's gorgeous.
Yeah. So.
Sorry, that was a lot.
I'm going to slowly upgrade everything I have. Keyboard, Stream Deck, speaker.
We've used your keyboard for a long time. So
white.
getting a mechanic.
Look how pretty.
And maybe somebody someone, because you want to stick with the mechanical keyboard.
Yeah.
You want it to be white, but you also want it to be Bluetooth that can switch, like, so she could switch between her MacBook and her Mac Mini. Like, I have the Logitech MX keys. I have this keyboard, which I really like. I'm not as like obsessed with needing the mechanical thing, but the reason I got this one is because it just has these buttons here, which let you switch. I can do MacBook, Mac Mini, or iPad. Boom.
Oh yeah, I need that.
It's really nice. But I got this because I didn't think there were mechanical keyboards. So if there are mechanical keyboards that let you do that, do what this does.
The whole yeah. We upgraded my office, and then after that, after everything was all said and done, we dove into Final Fantasy 14.
So now we need to like.
So now we have to basically we have to tweak the setup because I use my Mac Mini for streaming to record my videos. Like that was the computer in this office. It is
so good. I'm sorry.
Oh, it does look good. Yeah. It does look good. It looks real good. But Mac Mini and Final Fantasy 14 not the business. It was choppy.
Well,
it
base
was,
model M1 Mac
Yeah,
Mini,
it was just not happening. So I downloaded it on my MacBook Pro, and it works like a dream. So now we have like both the Mac Mini and the MacBook here, and we're trying to do a 2 computer setup with the same keyboard, the same monitor, the same mouse.
which is totally possible. But
Which
yeah, it just
leads me to Tom's Gear of the Week.
yeah, this is a very cool thing that I guess I knew existed, but I didn't know it was so affordable and so simple. This is an HDMI switcher, not like an ATEM or something lets you like stream or whatever. This lets you switch HDMI sources. So this is not where it's we're going to mount it under the desk, so it's like a cool thing. For right now, it's just Velcroed to the side of Heather's monitor arm.
Oh, I locked the scene. Hold up.
And
all right, ready, set.
I'll hold my arm here.
Oh, no.
Oh, we got it. Yeah.
How does this happen?
I don't know. The eCam on here is very weird.
I have to reinstall.
That should be on our to-do list for the week.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Forgot about that.
Here. Let's do this, and let's change it to iPhone.
There it is. Okay.
Okay.
So this little thing right here, they come in different colors. Heather got purple.
Because
you can kind of see there's 2 HDMIs going on one side and one coming out the other. And so what that is the single one goes into the monitor, and the 2, one of them is the MacBook and one of them is the Mac Mini. And you can push the button on there and it just switches from one to the other what shows on the monitor.
Yeah.
It takes you push the button and it takes like 5 or 6 seconds to actually fully switch over. That might change depending on your monitor. But that is an easy way when Heather wants to like jump to her Mac Mini. You push the button, work on the Mac Mini,
it's just a push
jump to the
of a button.
MacBook, do that. And the cool thing about that, it was $12.
Yeah,
it's very
so cool.
affordable. Yeah.
So cool. I don't know. That's a very specific use case, but it's been awesome.
Lots of people said they were using them for like TVs and stuff where they ran out of HDMI inputs, but they want to do like, you have your PS5 and your Switch and your Apple TV or whatever, and you need to switch between them. So that thing is awesome, and I want to get it mounted like under here so you can sit down and just push a button right here and switch.
Let's see. Sean says a story in FF14 picks up after ARR.
See, I'm having a great time.
I liked Overboard. I mean, I did too. It's not bad.
I know it gets, better, and I'm excited. I'm very excited for that.
It's just like better storytelling.
Yeah.
I don't like, okay, for example, in each expansion, there are definitely like people who prefer one over the other.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So it's like the storytelling gets better, but it's the story obviously is like personal preference.
Yeah, but I mean, I know that. I know basically it just becomes better. But it is as someone diving in for the first time, it's super enjoyable.
Gil says he's got to catch up. Oh, Sean used a controller.
Oh, you used to use a controller.
Yeah. It's already been so hard to remember how to play on a mouse and keyboard. I can't imagine going back to my PS5. I will, but...
But can't you pair a mouse and keyboard to the PS5 and play the same way?
Why would I go out there if I could play right next to you?
But I mean, like... for some reason I was imagining your PS5 in here, but like...
Oh, no.
Well, I have the Xbox out there. We could just play out there together.
I like our...
You have to rebuy it on Xbox, though.
Yeah. MMO mouse are great. Homesick Mac Gamers wouldn't approve it, but my Logitech Lift is a vertical mouse, and it's very comfy. A vertical mouse.
Oh, that's one of those, like, crazy-looking ones.
I don't know. You were about to say, huh? And I was like, what are you talking
Well, we
about?
just saw something somewhere that was a mouse we hadn't seen before. Oh, you can look it up there.
Vertical
Look
mouse.
up Logitech Lift. Oh, like that guy.
Oh.
That is very different.
Oh, this is it. Oh. Hold on. Lift. Oh, wow. Look at that thing. Hold on.
Oh, here you go. You can see down there at the bottom. Okay.
Wow. So it's like this.
I feel like, especially for your wrist, and especially for someone who has like wrist issues, carpal tunnel or whatever.
Show me the vid.
Did they put an eyelash on this for engagement?
Stupid.
Oh, see, wrist paint. Boom. That's actually pretty sweet. Very copyright claim. I think that audio blasted everybody's brains.
Let's see. Joe, I bought the Rode PodMic USB from Amazon last week, but sadly didn't work. It was an authorized reseller. Went online with Rode to troubleshoot, and they couldn't fix it. Ended up returning mic to Amazon as Rode gave me 20% off for my troubles to buy them from them directly. Next up would be their headphones Tom recommended this week, and eventually the Duo.
Oh, sweet. I'm glad they took care. Oh, I mean, Rode. I'm glad they took care of you, even though you didn't buy it from them. That's awesome. That is really cool.
MX has that, I think.
I
forgot what we're talking about. Yes, I think you can, but I am a PC player. I'm so happy about playing this game now. We got to meet up in game so that I can add. I can't add you to my friends list until we meet up in game because you're on a different server. Yeah, we're on the same world center, thankfully. It's really easy to play with people from other servers. I was actually on a different server than Tom, and then I moved to use a Thunderbolt docking station for more USB ports.
Currently, no, but I did just talk to a company called Sonatech that makes USB docks and things, and I believe they are sending one that seems pretty awesome and has a lot more like Thunderbolt 4 ports and stuff. So I don't have that, but they just send it over to check it out, and I'm excited for that.
I wouldn't mind trying that mouse, says MCJ. I feel like that's kind of interesting.
It's very cool. I totally...
Yeah, we need to go to Best Buy, and maybe they have one on display. But let me tell you, this mouse, though, it really is one of those things where I'm like, this is not the same thing. Like, it is noticeably different.
Right.
Noticeably. It's just so smooth. Like, look at how this thing is like it's the best. It's the best. What are you doing?
I want to see the thing that originally sold me on this mouse. Is it this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Here, let me do something real quick.
Okay.
We're going to go like this, and we're going to go. We locked the scene, did you know? To Chrome?
Yeah. Gadoosh.
All right.
Cool. So this is the mouse, the UTech Smart. But I mean, look at the reviews though. It's 22,000 reviews, 4.5 stars. It even says IGN recommendation. I was browsing it's even like cheaper today. Oh, that's the wired one. They have wired and wireless.
Oh, come on. Look at that cute white and purple one. Are you kidding?
That is
Stop.
A little less today. I'm going to scroll down to the reviews because this had one of my favorite. This review right here is probably one of my favorite Amazon reviews ever. Because it's a really good review. Like the guy talks about everything. But the intro, buckle up, guys. This review is going to be long. Amazing mouse. I started using it on January 4th, 2018, and here it is over a year later, still working flawlessly. Not sure what other reviews mean with the software being a nightmare. Literally all I did was search UTech Smart Software, and the first result, that's for PC. But it's this part here. Now, claps hands together, mouse review. I love someone going this hard on an Amazon review, especially 5 years ago. And the rest of it is just really fun. So anyway, that was where I was like, okay, this guy's enthusiasm sold me on getting this mouse.
That's how it works.
Even though now I have the Razer mouse, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have this mouse.
You have that one.
I friggin' love it.
I'm so glad. I was very skeptical of like, oh, she's going to keep the box for that thing because it might get sent back.
No.
I'm so happy.
It's the best. Me and my mouse. Yeah. And then, so Tom has a low profile arm. Mm-hmm. That's in white. Mm-hmm. And we tried it and I didn't like it, but I feel like I kind of want to try it again. But the thing is, like, I feel like it would be the mic arm would be so noticeable though.
That's what you didn't like about it. It's not that you, like, sitting here hanging out, you liked it.
Imagine if this was white. Yeah, if we're just in here and we're vibing, I would prefer
it is
white.
The only thing you see. Yeah.
But on camera, it's going to be like eyes to the arm.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's the downside. But like white keyboard, white mouse, that kind of stuff I totally dig. And Rode makes a white Rodecaster, a white pod mic, they make white boom arms as well.
All the things.
They released everything in white.
But that's cool.
The white Rodecaster looks kind of awesome. Because it looks like this with all the lights and stuff.
I can definitely.
They did ask last year when they were coming out. They were like, "Oh, we're coming out with everything white. Would you like us to send you one?" And I was like, "No." Like, I really wanted it, but I was like, "I have zero need for this." So I said no. But I was like, "It's really cool."
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah, this is a very gear-heavy episode. But you know what?
So what are we doing? Gear. What are we doing for next week for the stream?
Well, there's actually one more thing I did want to share, which is this microphone right here.
Oh, go ahead.
Because this is, which you can't see because it's on. I need to use my white gaming chair. There we go. The mic I've been using today is the Shure SM4, which is a new microphone that Shure released just this week on Tuesday, and it's cool. It's a little condenser mic. The version I have, wow, I should not have worn a black shirt for this. This should have been a white microphone. It would solve my problem. Now, like Kamala Harris is calling us. The microphone itself, I think, is quite nice. It feels really good. This came with a shock mount, which is really like a weak point on shock mounts is always this part here that lets you adjust it. And this one is nice and solid, which is really cool. And kind of taking a page out of the Lewitt playbook. It comes with a metal mesh pop filter that's magnetic and just kind of clips right on there. Oh. And now Peter Piper pitched a podcast. There we go. So the Shure SM4, which I definitely do want to do a review on. I quite like this microphone, but it's very different. I know that it shouldn't compare it to the SM7B, but what's very interesting to me about this is it has a real specific sound. It's not like a neutral microphone.
I see.
So it might not sound good on every voice, but if you have a voice that works with it, I think it'd be great. And I do like the way that it sounds on my voice.
Yeah.
So I've been liking it a lot. Actually, great. Before coming in here, it was on my white Elgato arm in my office.
Robin Baker. It's time for a white Rodecaster, Heather.
It's cute. You put it on an arm. You put it on a white arm, swinging over here. Yeah.
Does the Vocaster 2 come in white?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. White is trending nowadays.
Yeah, white is trending.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
That's like the old school Apple days when...
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I totally forgot
because when
about
Apple
that.
finally had like a gray or a black thing, it was like, what? But Apple was all white everything for ages. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
See if it's old is new again.
Come full circle.
Yeah.
Well, so are we going to change the camera for the next week's stream?
I don't know how long I have. I have this one for a few more
weeks. I mean,
like, to the R or something? Yeah. I think between now and then, we should either just do our own testing.
Okay.
Do an internal testing and see.
Yeah.
And then we can share comparisons or use it next week. But whether we use it or we have comparisons, we should definitely be able to somehow compare it.
I feel like this is a big difference. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's
a 4K situation.
This is the way to go. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you told me, like, this is what we got to do, I'd be like, yeah, of course. And then we would just dial everything in.
Yeah.
You know, in terms of colors and...
Right.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the color of your wall in person.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's purple, but it shows up blue on here.
It's very blue on here. But like Lewis said, Mr. Camera Junkie said, you can, even in camera, you can make adjustments.
The smile on Tom's face talking about Heather's potential setup is awesome. He loves coming in here and tinkering. And I'm like, what are you doing?
I know, because I don't touch anything. Even today, we knew we were switching the camera, and I was like, I'm letting you know I need to disconnect the camera and take it off the tripod. And she was like, yeah, I know you have to. I'm like, I'm just telling you.
The
camera needs to be disconnected.
Okay, look, I've told myself, I really, really like how my shot looks. But what if it could look better? I just need to be able I have to try, you know, so I'm open.
We can always go back to where it was.
Yeah.
We can always go back to where it was.
We can always go back to it.
Not a single setting has been changed in this camera.
Yeah.
Turn it on, it's going to function exactly the same, look exactly the same as it did.
It's the colors that we need to play around with a little bit.
Yeah. The clarity, though, is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And our overheating has not, our little thing has been there, but it's...
Look at that, yeah.
And this is again with the for anyone watching, this is with
real
the
crisp.
soft skin effect on, so it actually be a little
You look
crisper.
fuzzy though.
I don't think I'm in focus. Who is it focusing on? Oh, because I had product showcase still turned on.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Oh,
There we
yeah.
go. Sorry
Okay,
about that.
so we should have that off.
I would probably need it more than you, but like, because I'm always look at this, look at this, look at this, but you don't do that in your videos usually.
Yeah.
So you just being able to do this, where it's clearly just auto-focusing in.
Yeah. It's not only 4K, it's that Sony has the image very different from your older Canon.
Yeah. No, I don't. I mean, I think the older Canon versus the newer Sony, but Canon, Sony in general, a lot of that does just come down to preference. Mike's a good example. I don't know if he's still here. Probably got hungry and had to go get a snack again. But Mike is all Canon on his setup, and his stuff looks so good.
Yeah.
He's using the baller cameras, like the crazy cinema cameras. But Canon colors are great. Like, they're wonderful. And it took me a while when I switched to my Sony cameras to
I
dial it
remember
in.
Yeah,
Stuff
saying
just
that.
wasn't looking right. And then it literally took me like 6 months of making videos before it started to click. And then I was like, oh, I really like this.
Yeah, then you only like this. You are on it.
Well, that's why I ended up buying a second and then a third Sony camera, because I was mixing my Canon and my Sony together at first. And then as I became more confident with how the Sony was looking, the Canon wasn't mixing in as well anymore. And I still do actually mix it in
I
sometimes,
see.
but yeah.
Oh my God, Mihal, stop. Do you see this? Are you using a different LUT tonight? We're not. We're streaming in 4K. Is the
With
difference.
Sony camera.
Yeah. So the entire camera is different. But that's all we changed. So the colors look different because we're going from Canon to Sony, and it's all different, blah, blah, blah. It's a lot more blue, which I'm not into. But that is something that we can change with the lighting.
Yeah, because we didn't change anything else
Yeah.
in your setup for that.
Tom, you could use your Polar Pro 2.5 ND. That softened my image from the digital sharpness.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people, like, which is so funny because cameras have gotten so sharp that people put on
Yeah.
filters. You can do it with an ND filter, but there's literally like mist filters, which are just clear, but they like soften the image a little bit. I think Bronson
It's
uses
like so
one.
crisp. It's like too crisp.
Yeah, and it's funny. I have never used those because, which I mean, I know a lot of us are like kind of the same age generation, but going from 8mm to digital 8 to mini DV to 720, 1080, 4K, the idea of going softer,
Like,
I can't, like, I just
regressing?
can't. Yeah, I like can't do it. Even though like I'll make a video about an old retro camcorder because it's fun, but for what I'm actually using, like, I want it as sharp as possible. And to probably,
my sharp boy over here.
it's the same it's the same reason why I always have like f1.4 and the background is super blurry, even though sometimes maybe it doesn't need to be or shouldn't be. It's like it was just having never been able to do that for so long and now being able to do it so easily. I have a hard time, like, why would I
he
change
uses
that?
the glimmer glass. That's what it's called.
Yeah, that's why he looks so fabulous.
Fabulous.
But Bronson's shot, like,
Looks fantastic.
yeah, because he also does everything in log and color corrects everything, like, not only to the technical like side of how it should be done, but then he can like mix it into the style, and it just looks so good.
It's a really cool blue, but still not your signature purple. Still gorgeous. Yeah, it looks great, but
You will never change if it's not
You
purple.
ask somebody what color is this, they would say blue.
It's blue. Yeah. No, that is a great blue, like a royal blue.
Yeah. Yeah, we can play with it, but yeah. The thing is, I don't want to play with it if we're not.
It's step by step. Like, let's see how the camera even works first.
Yeah.
And it will be interesting if we get the Mark II to compare it to and see. I don't know if image quality will be that much of a difference, but if there is something about that camera where it's just like, oh my God, like you kind of need this one.
That's what you are paying for. Yeah.
And I don't know. I genuinely don't know. So,
yeah.
And then there's also stuff like the E1, which is the same idea as being a compact camera like this, but it's
Tom loves talking about this stuff. Look at him.
sorry, but it's full frame.
He
Like,
just keep
sorry.
going. You should start a YouTube channel where you talk about cameras all day.
I know. I feel so bad. This just became a gear episode, but
Mike, cinematic Hollywood movies are less crisp, grittier look.
Yeah, unless it's, I mean, it's all stylistic. Typically, yes, even though some of them are like, the original Godfather prints are like 8K, but nothing can display it. But then I think of something like Transformers, for example, which is like, goes for crazy sharpness, crispness, like, it's so much as just style. But yeah, I think things did get so sharp that people started taking it back a little bit to make it look, yeah, I don't know. I remember a lot of local news during the shift from standard to high definition, and anchors were just like caked in makeup, and it was like, that wasn't even 4K, that was just HD, but it was like, you guys got to adjust what you're doing here because it doesn't look the same anymore. We can see more.
All right, well, we are at the top of the hour, and usually we will get ice cream after the couples table, but we had to stream earlier today because I am gonna go get my hair done.
Get your hair did.
It's time to redo the whole thing. I gotta go bleach and sit in the chair for like 3 hours, which I'm not really looking forward to. But I'm excited to go back to purple and not this fadedness.
So that's why we had to be early today.
Yes, that's why we had to be early today. So instead of getting ice cream, we're gonna go eat lunch.
Yay! I love lunch. And then later tonight we can play Final Fantasy.
Yes. Okay, so Gil, message us. Sean, we'll see you soon.
Join the Gil Guild. Yeah. Oh yeah, see, Sean was just asking, he's gonna be on today. Oh yeah.
Oh, we'll be on today. Yeah. So I probably won't be home till.
That game is so good.
I can't. Do you hear this?
And like, it's so. It's just so fun.
It's so crazy. I can't like.
It's such a. It's been such a positive addition like to my life that I'm so excited.
Oh
for
my god, that's the review right there. A non-gamer.
MMO review.
Never played a Final Fantasy. Never played an RPG.
I mean, I played
sense, yeah.
I've never played an
MMO.
An MMORPG. No.
Yeah.
A memoir book.
I really thought you would be overwhelmed.
It can get overwhelming, and sometimes I think, but it's nice because you have like your role, you have what you're supposed to be doing, and you're like, okay, and you know, it's like there's these insane battles going on, but it's like, am I on the right target? Let me just go through my rotation. Okay, I'm good.
Well, at some point, the couples table will have to stream in game, and it'll be got another lifer.
I mean, it's so nice to know I have like so much ahead of me. So much. And that it's still ongoing. Like there isn't an end. You catch up like a TV show, but it's still in production. But I have like a ways to go before I catch
Michal
up.
says I just got a crop center Sony.
Cool. I wonder which one you got.
Which one did you get?
If you hear this, you're still here and the stream is still going, let us know.
All right. You guys make my Friday evenings here. Haha. Have a great rest of the day.
Yeah. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for all your feedback on the stream and the cameras and everything. Yes. Yeah, and just for the sake of science, I am letting everyone know that the overheating symbol is still on, but the camera is not turned off. It's been on for over 2 hours now. And what? You got the gigs.
I'm dying.
What happened?
Woo, okay.
Okay. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you have a safe, happy, healthy, fun rest of your week and weekend. And we'll see you next time. I don't know how to end this. I don't know where the outro is.
Right, that one.
This one?
Yeah.
I don't...